The message came on a Tuesday morning. Daeho was drinking coffee when his communication device beeped 3 times. 3 beeps meant urgent. 3 beeps meant something bad. He opened the message with shaking hands. The words blurred together at first. Mining accident. Deep space. Immediate death. His stepsister Hana was gone. Daeho sat down hard on his kitchen floor. The coffee cup fell from his hand and broke into pieces. He did not notice. He could only think about Hana's laugh, the way she used to steal his snacks when they were teenagers, how she called him her annoying little brother, even though she was the one who came into his family later. His father married Hana's mother when Daeho was 15. Hana was 16. She was not human. She was Veltharian with pale blue skin and silver eyes. At first, Daeho was scared of her. Then they became friends. Then they became real siblings. Now she was dead, and Daeho felt like someone had torn a hole in his chest. The funeral was small. Hana's mother cried in a language Daeho did not understand. His father held her and looked 10 years older than he did last week. Daeho stood there in his black suit and felt nothing. The nothing was worse than crying. 3 days later came the will reading. Daeho did not want to go. His friend Jinseo from work drove him to the lawyer's office. The lawyer was a thin man with glasses. He read from a screen in a bored voice. Hana left her savings to her mother. She left her books to Daeho's father. She left her collection of Earth music to Daeho. Then the lawyer said something strange. To my brother Daeho I leave the guardianship of my best friend Lyra of the Mirrodin people. She has no one else. Please take care of her. Daeho blinked. What does that mean? Guardianship? The lawyer adjusted his glasses. Among certain alien species, guardianship is a serious matter. You are now responsible for this individual, her debts, her well-being, her social standing. It is a legal and cultural bond. But I never met her, Daeho said. I did not even know Hana had a Mirrodin friend. Nevertheless, the will is clear. She arrives tomorrow. That night, Daeho could not sleep. He cleaned his apartment 3 times. He lived alone in a small place in Neo-Seoul. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a kitchen that was barely big enough to turn around in. He had no idea how to take care of an alien. He barely knew how to take care of himself. The next day, his door chimed at exactly noon. Daeho opened it and forgot how to breathe. The woman standing in his doorway was tall, very tall. She had to bend slightly to fit through the door frame. Her body was covered in short fur that looked soft and changed colors in the light. Right now it was a dull gray. She had large amber eyes with vertical pupils like a cat. Her face was beautiful but not human. Her ears were pointed and sat high on her head. She wore simple traveling clothes and carried 1 small bag. You are Daeho, she said. It was not a question. Her voice was deep and smooth. Yes, you must be Lyra. I must be. She walked past him into the apartment without asking. Her tail swished behind her. Daeho had not even noticed she had a tail. This place is small. It is enough for me, Daeho said, closing the door. Lyra walked through each room quickly. She touched nothing. She just looked with those strange amber eyes. When she came back to the living room, she crossed her arms. Hana spoke of you often. She said you were kind. She said you were smart. She was kind too, Daeho said quietly. I am sorry for your loss. Something flashed in Lyra's eyes. Pain, maybe. Then it was gone. Humans say that a lot, sorry. What does sorry fix? Daeho had no answer for that. Lyra looked around again. Where do I sleep? There is a guest room. I cleaned it yesterday. Fresh sheets, clean towels. You can put your things there. Lyra's fur rippled. The color shifted slightly toward a darker gray. No. Mirrodins do not sleep away from those we are bonded to. I am now under your guardianship. I must sleep where I can protect you. Daeho felt his face get hot. Protect me from what? This is Neo-Seoul. It is safe here. Nowhere is safe. Lyra picked up her bag. Show me your sleeping room. My bedroom? But her show me, Daeho gave up. He showed her to his bedroom. It was small with barely enough space for his bed and a desk. Lyra looked at the floor and made a disgusted sound. This floor is terrible, hard, cold. Then use the guest room. Daeho tried again. No, I will sleep here. She dropped her bag in the corner. I will prepare my space tonight. Daeho rubbed his face. This was going to be a disaster. Fine, do what you want. I need to make dinner. He went to the kitchen and tried to think. What did Mirrodins eat? He pulled up information on his tablet while he cooked rice. The database said Miridans were carnivores but could eat most proteins. They needed more iron than humans. They did not like sweet foods. He made a simple meal. Rice, grilled meat, vegetables. When he called Lyra to eat, she came out and stared at the food like it might bite her. "This is human food," she said. "I am human," Deho replied. "So yes," she sat down. She picked up the chopsticks and immediately dropped them. She tried again. Dropped them again. Her fur turned slightly orange. Deho guessed that meant frustration. "You can use your hands," he said. "I do not mind. Miridans do not eat like animals." She tried the chopsticks again. This time she managed to pick up a piece of meat. She ate it quickly. Then another. Then another. She did not say if she liked it. They ate in silence. When Lyra finished, she stood and walked back to the bedroom without a word. Deho cleaned up alone. He wondered what Hana was thinking when she made this plan. He wondered why Lyra had no one else. He wondered how long this arrangement would last. That night, Deho lay in his bed and tried to sleep. Lyra had made a nest of blankets on the floor beside his bed. She was quiet. He could barely hear her breathing, but he knew she was there. He could feel her presence like a weight in the room. "Deho," she said suddenly in the darkness. "Yes? I did not want to come here, but I made a promise to Hana. I will honor it." "Okay. But do not think we are friends. Humans are weak, fragile. I am only here because I must be." Deho stared at the ceiling. I understand. He did not sleep well that night. Every time he started to drift off, he remembered Lyra was there on the floor. He remembered Hana was gone. He remembered that his life had just become very complicated. Tomorrow he had to go to work. Tomorrow he had to figure out how to live with an alien who clearly did not want to be here. Tomorrow he had to start learning how to honor Hana's last wish. But tonight he just lay there in the dark and listened to a stranger breathe. Morning came too early. Deho's alarm screamed at 6 in the morning. He reached over to turn it off and nearly fell out of bed. He had forgotten about Lyra. She was not on the floor anymore. She was sitting in his desk chair watching him. Her eyes glowed slightly in the dim light. Her fur was gray again. "You sleep like the dead," she said. "Anyone could have killed you." Deho sat up and rubbed his eyes. "Good morning to you too." "Is it?" "Good?" She tilted her head. "What makes a morning good?" He had no answer for that either. He got up and went to the bathroom. When he came out, Lyra was standing right outside the door. He jumped. "Do you have to stand so close?" "I must stay near you." "It is custom, even when I shower. Especially then. You are most vulnerable when wet and naked." Deho felt his face turn red. "You are not watching me shower." "I will stand outside the door." "Fine, whatever." He gave up arguing. He was learning that Lyra did not change her mind easily. After his shower, he made coffee. Lyra sniffed it and made a face. "This smells burned. It is coffee. Humans like it." "Humans like many strange things." She watched him drink it. "Your people are weak. You need drugs just to wake up." "It is not a drug." "Well, it is, but it is a normal drug." "There is no such thing as a normal drug." Deho decided to stop trying to explain. He made breakfast. Eggs and toast. Lyra ate the eggs and ignored the toast. She ate quickly, almost violently. Her teeth were very sharp. "I have to go to work," Deho said. "You can stay here. Watch television. Use the internet." "Whatever you want. I go where you go." "What?" "No, you cannot come to my work." "I must. A guardian bond requires my presence." "Lyra, I work at an engineering company." "You cannot just—" "I go where you go." Her fur turned slightly red. Deho was learning that meant she was getting angry. He tried calling his boss. His boss said it was fine. Apparently, the company was required by law to respect alien cultural customs. Deho wanted to scream. Instead, he just got dressed and left for work with Lyra following 3 steps behind him. The train ride was a nightmare. People stared. Children pointed. One old woman took a picture. Lyra ignored all of it. She stood next to Deho's seat with her hand on his shoulder. Her claws were very close to his neck. "You can sit down," he whispered. "Miridans stand guard. We do not sit." The entire train car heard that. Great. Now everyone thought he needed a bodyguard. Work was worse. Deho worked for Hansong Dynamics. They built parts for spaceships, specifically FTL drives. He was an engineer in the research department. His desk was in a large room with 20 other desks. When he walked in with Lyra, every conversation stopped. Everyone stared. His friend Jinseo laughed so hard he almost fell out of his chair. Daeho, you got a girlfriend. She is not my girlfriend. She is. It is complicated. She is beautiful. Is she single? Lyra turned her amber eyes on Jinseo. I am bonded to this human by sacred law. Your joke is not funny. Jinseo stopped laughing very quickly. Right, sorry, my mistake. Daeho went to his desk. Lyra stood behind his chair. He tried to work. He really tried. But everyone kept looking. His supervisor came over twice to ask if everything was okay. A woman from HR gave him paperwork about alien cultural accommodation. Another engineer asked Lyra if she wanted coffee. She told him coffee was poison and walked away. By lunch, everyone was calling her the Shadow. Daeho wanted to die of embarrassment. You can eat in the cafeteria, he told Lyra. You do not have to follow me everywhere. Yes, I do. They ate lunch together. The cafeteria food was not great, but Lyra ate it without complaint. She ate a lot. 3 full plates of meat and vegetables. Other workers whispered and pointed. Does this bother you? Daeho asked. Everyone staring? No, let them stare. They are curious. It is natural, it bothers me. Why? You did nothing wrong, I know. But I do not like attention. Lyra looked at him with those strange cat eyes. Hana said you were shy. She said you preferred machines to people. Machines do not judge you. Neither do I. She paused. I judge your coffee and your floor, but not you. It was almost a joke. Daeho smiled a little. Thanks, I think. That night, Daeho came home exhausted. His brain hurt from working while being watched all day. He collapsed on the couch. Lyra sat in the chair across from him. Your work is interesting, she said suddenly. Really? You build engines that break the light barrier. On my world, only the greatest minds do such work. I just make parts. I do not design the whole thing. Still, it requires intelligence. Her fur shifted to a lighter gray. Perhaps humans are not as weak as I thought. Just perhaps. Do not push your luck, Daeho laughed. It felt good to laugh. He had not laughed since Hana died. Later, he ordered food for dinner. He was too tired to cook. He got Korean fried chicken because it was his favorite. Lyra loved it. She ate an entire chicken by herself. Her fur turned a soft purple color. Daeho noticed but did not say anything. That night, things changed. Daeho got ready for bed as usual. Lyra made her nest of blankets on the floor as usual. He lay down and closed his eyes. He was almost asleep when he heard her move. What is wrong? He mumbled. Your floor is terrible. I know. You said that yesterday. I cannot sleep on it, so use the guest bed. No. There was a pause. Then the mattress moved. Daeho opened his eyes. Lyra was climbing onto his bed. What are you doing? Your bed is large enough for 2. I will sleep here. Lyra, I will stay on my side. You stay on yours. It is practical. Daeho wanted to argue. He really did. But he was so tired. And the bed was big enough. And Lyra had already curled up on the far edge with her back to him. Fine, he said. But this is weird. Everything about humans is weird, she replied. They lay there in the darkness. Daeho could feel the heat coming off her body. He could hear her breathing. It was strange but not bad. Just different, Daeho, she said quietly. Yes? Thank you for letting me stay. You are welcome, he expected her to say more. She did not. After a few minutes, her breathing became slow and steady. She was asleep. Daeho lay awake a while longer. He thought about Hana. He wondered if she knew this would happen. He wondered if she planned it this way. His stepsister was dead. Her best friend was in his bed. His life had become something he did not recognize. But maybe that was okay. Maybe change was not always bad. Maybe Hana knew he needed someone to shake up his quiet, lonely life. Or maybe Hana just wanted to make sure Lyra had a home. Either way, Daeho decided he would try. He would try to make this work. For Hana. And maybe just a little bit for himself. He fell asleep thinking about purple fur and amber eyes. In the morning, he would wake up and find Lyra had moved closer in the night. Her head would be near his shoulder. Her tail would be curled around his leg. He would not move. He would just lie there and wonder what he was getting himself into, but that was tomorrow. Tonight, for the first time since Hana died, Daeho slept through the whole night without nightmares. The attack came on a Friday night. Daeho had been working late on a new project. The FTL drive components he was designing were important. Revolutionary, his boss said. They would change everything about space travel. Make it faster, cheaper, safer. Lyra sat in her usual spot behind his desk. She had been living with him for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks of sharing a bed, sharing meals, sharing space. They had stopped arguing about most things. She still thought human coffee was poison. He still thought her insistence on standing guard was excessive. But they had found a rhythm. Jinseo had gone home an hour ago. Most of the building was empty. Just Daeho and a few other engineers working late. And Lyra, of course. "Always Lyra, you should rest," she said. "Your eyes are red. Just 1 more hour. I need to finish these calculations." "You said that 2 hours ago, did I?" Daeho rubbed his face. "Time moves weird when I work." Lyra stood up. Her fur rippled. The color changed from gray to orange. "Something is wrong." "What?" "I'm fine, just tired." "No, something is wrong in the building." Her ears swiveled. "I hear movement." "Too many footsteps." "Wrong rhythm." Daeho listened. He heard nothing unusual. "Maybe it is the cleaning crew?" "No." Lyra moved to the door. Her claws extended from her fingers. Daeho had only seen her do that once before when Jinseo accidentally startled her. "Stay behind me." The door exploded inward. Not literally, but 3 large figures burst through it. They were not human. They were Krellian, big reptilian aliens with thick scales and dead eyes. They carried weapons, energy weapons that glowed red in the dark office. "Daeho, the engineer," one of them said. Its voice sounded like grinding rocks. "You come with us." "No trouble." Lyra moved faster than Daeho could see. She was between him and the Krellians in an instant. Her fur blazed red. Anger. "You will not touch him." The Krellian laughed. "1 Mirrodin. 3 of us." "Move aside, cat, make me," they tried. The fight was brutal and fast. Lyra was like nothing Daeho had ever seen. She moved like water and struck like lightning. Her claws tore through armor. Her tail whipped around and broke bones. She fought with a savage grace that was beautiful and terrifying. But there were 3 of them, and they were big. One of them landed a hit that sent Lyra crashing into a desk. She got up immediately, but Daeho saw blood on her fur. His heart pounded. His hands shook. Every instinct told him to run. But Lyra was hurt. She was hurt protecting him. And he remembered something his father told him once. "Humans are not the strongest or the fastest, but we are the most stubborn. And we cheat." Daeho looked around. This was his workplace. He knew every inch of it. He knew what was in every cabinet and drawer. The Krellians were focused on Lyra. They did not see Daeho move to the supply closet. He grabbed a bottle of industrial cleaning solution, then another bottle of different chemicals. His hands worked fast. "Mix this with that. Add pressure. Create a reaction." His father was a chemist before he married Hana's mother. Daeho learned a lot growing up. "Hey," he shouted. The Krellians turned. Daeho threw his makeshift weapon. The bottle broke at their feet. The chemical reaction created a bright flash and a loud boom. Not quite an explosion, but close enough. The Krellians screamed and covered their eyes. Lyra did not waste the chance. She grabbed the closest one and threw him through a window. The second one she kicked so hard he flew across the room. The third one tried to grab her. She bit his arm. Her teeth went deep. He let go very quickly, but more were coming. Daeho heard footsteps on the stairs. Heavy footsteps. "Many of them. We need to leave," Lyra said. Blood dripped from her mouth. "Now, the roof," Daeho said. "There is an emergency exit to the roof." They ran. Lyra was limping, but she kept pace. Daeho led her through corridors he knew by heart. Behind them, he heard the Krellians chasing. Their footsteps shook the floor. They reached the roof access. The door was locked. Electronic lock. Daeho pulled out his ID card. It did not work. "No, move." Lyra grabbed the door and pulled. Metal screeched. The lock broke. The door opened. They burst onto the roof. The night air was cold. Neo-Sol spread out below them, covered in lights. It was beautiful. Daeho wished he could enjoy it. 5 Krellians came through the door behind them. Then 3 more. 8 total, too many. Even for Lyra, she pushed Daeho behind her. "When I tell you to run, you run. Understand? I am not leaving you. You have to. I cannot fight and protect you at the same time. Then do not protect me. Fight with me." Lyra turned her head to look at him. Her amber eyes were wide. What? Fight with me, Deho repeated. Not for me. With me. Before she could answer, the Krellians attacked. Lyra met them head-on. She was a whirlwind of claws and teeth. But Deho did not run. He grabbed a piece of broken pipe from the roof maintenance area. It was heavy. It was metal. It would work. A Krellian came at him. Big mistake. Deho was not a fighter. But he was an engineer. He understood leverage and force. He used the Krellian's own momentum against him, swung the pipe at the knee joint. The Krellian went down hard. Another one came. Deho threw dust from the roof into its eyes. When it was blinded, he hit it with the pipe, again and again. He was not graceful. He was not skilled. But he was determined. And angry. These things hurt Lyra. They tried to take him. They ruined his Friday night. He hit the Krellian until it stopped moving. When he looked up, Lyra was staring at him. 3 Krellians lay unconscious around her. The others were retreating back through the door. You fought, she said. I told you I would, but you are human. Humans are weak? Fragile? Deho dropped the pipe. His hands were shaking. Maybe, but we are also stubborn. And creative. And we protect what matters to us. Lyra's fur changed color. The red faded. Purple took its place. Soft purple. I underestimated you. Most people do, she laughed. It was a rough, harsh sound, but it was a laugh. You are covered in blood. Most of it is not mine. Deho looked at his hands. They were shaking worse now. The fear was catching up to him. We should call the authorities. Yes, but first, Lyra reached out and touched his face. Her claws were retracted. Her touch was gentle. Thank you. For not running. Thank you for protecting me. That is my duty. No. Duty is sleeping on the floor. That was something else. Lyra did not answer, but her fur stayed purple. The authorities came. Police and security forces. They took statements. They arrested the unconscious Krellians. They asked many questions. Deho answered them all in a daze. The Krellians were from a criminal syndicate. They wanted to steal Deho's research. The new FTL drive designs would be worth billions on the black market. They would have kidnapped him and forced him to complete the work for them. You are very lucky, the police officer said. Your companion is a skilled fighter. She is, Deho agreed. But I helped too. The officer looked at his bloody clothes and the pipe still lying on the roof. Yes, you did. That was very brave, and very stupid. Humans specialize in brave stupidity, Deho said. Back at his apartment, Lyra let him tend her wounds. She had a deep cut on her side, scratches on her arms, a bruise on her face that was already turning dark purple against her fur. Deho cleaned each injury carefully. His hands had stopped shaking. He was focused now. Purpose steadied him. This will hurt, he warned before applying the medical gel. I have felt worse, he applied it anyway. She did not flinch, but her tail curled around his wrist. Not tight, just touching. You surprised me tonight, she said quietly. Good surprise or bad surprise? Good, very good. She paused. I thought humans were weak. But weakness is not about strength. It is about giving up. You did not give up. Neither did you. I am Miridan. We never give up. Neither do humans. Deho finished bandaging her side. We are more similar than you think. That night they both went to bed without argument. Lyra climbed in beside him. But this time she did not stay on her side. She moved close. Her head rested on his shoulder. Her tail curled around his leg. Is this okay? She asked. Yes, Deho said. His heart was beating fast again. But not from fear this time. Good. Because I am not moving. He smiled in the darkness. I would not ask you to. They fell asleep like that. Tomorrow would bring more questions. More danger. But tonight they had survived, together. The week after the attack changed everything. Work gave Deho time off to recover. He did not argue. The company also increased security. Armed guards, better locks, surveillance cameras everywhere. They were taking the threat seriously now. Deho spent his time off with Lyra. For the first time since she arrived, they were just together. No work, no obligations, just 2 people sharing space. On the 3rd day, Deho woke up to find Lyra staring at him again. She did that sometimes. Just watched him sleep. At first it was creepy, now it was normal. Good morning, he said, is it? She was in a mood. Her fur was dark gray. What is wrong? I am thinking about Hana, about what she would say if she saw us now. Deho sat up. They did not talk about Hana much. It hurt too much. What would she say? She would laugh. She would say, "I told you humans were not so bad." Lyra's ears drooped. I wish I had listened to her more. Me too. I wish I had told her to stay on Earth, to not take that mining job. It was not your fault. I know. But knowing does not make it hurt less. Lyra reached out and took his hand. Her claws were careful against his skin. No, it does not. They sat like that for a while, just holding hands, just remembering. Then Deho had an idea. "Let me show you something." He took her to a temple, an old one in the heart of Neo Seoul. It was surrounded by tall buildings but somehow felt separate from the city. Quiet, peaceful. "What is this place?" Lyra asked. Her ears swiveled, catching every sound. A temple, a place where humans come to remember the dead, to find peace. They walked through the gardens. Cherry trees were blooming. Pink petals fell like snow. Lyra caught one in her hand and studied it. Her fur shifted to a soft blue. "It is beautiful," she said. "Your world has much beauty. So does yours, I bet." "Yes, but different beauty. Harsh beauty. The mountains of my homeworld are tall and sharp. The sky is always purple. The air tastes like metal. Do you miss it?" Lyra was quiet for a long time. "I miss parts of it, but I cannot go back. My people exiled me. Why? Because I defended Hana. She was not Miradan. She was weak, they said. Not worth protecting. When I fought for her anyway, they called me traitor." Her fur turned orange. Anger. "They said I brought shame to our people." Deho stopped walking. "That is horrible. That is tradition. Miradans value strength above all. Hana was small, gentle. She could not fight, so she had no value in their eyes. But she had value in yours." "Yes." Lyra looked at the temple. "She was my friend. My only friend. When everyone else rejected me, she stayed. When I had nowhere to go, she gave me a home." "Now I understand," Deho said softly. "Why you were angry when you arrived. You lost your home twice. Once when they exiled you. Once when Hana died." "3 times," Lyra corrected. "I also lost my purpose. I was supposed to protect her. I failed. You did not fail. You cannot protect someone from an accident in space. Logic does not erase guilt." Deho understood that better than she knew. They lit incense at the temple. They said prayers. Deho prayed to ancestors he barely knew. Lyra prayed to gods whose names he could not pronounce. But they prayed together, and that felt right. After the temple, Deho took her to a street food market. The smells were overwhelming. Fried things, sweet things, spicy things. Lyra's nose wrinkled. "This place is chaos," she said. "This place is delicious," Deho corrected. He bought her a stick of grilled meat. She ate it in 2 bites. Then he bought her another, and another. By the 5th stick, she was purring. He had never heard her purr before. It was a low, rumbling sound that came from deep in her chest. "You like it," he said, smiling. "It is acceptable," she said. But her fur was bright purple now. Happy purple. Content purple. They tried other foods. Some she loved. Some she hated. She spat out a piece of candy so fast Deho almost dropped his own food from laughing. Sugar was definitely not for Miradans. An old woman at a noodle stand stared at them. "Your girlfriend is very tall," she said to Deho in Korean. "She is not my—" "Yes," Lyra interrupted. "I am very tall. Do you have a problem with that?" The old woman laughed and ladled extra noodles into their bowls. "I like her. She has spirit." That night, Lyra asked Deho to teach her Korean. She had been speaking Universal Common, the language most aliens and humans used to communicate. But she wanted to learn his language. "Why?" he asked. "Because you speak it with your father. Because it is part of who you are. Because I want to understand you better." So he taught her. They sat on the couch with a tablet between them. She was a fast learner. Her accent was thick and strange, but she tried hard. When she successfully asked him, "What is your favorite color?" In Korean, she looked so proud that his chest ached. "Blue," he answered in Korean, "like the sky." "What is yours?" She thought for a moment. "Purple, like home sky, and like happy fur." Her grammar was terrible, but Deho understood. "Your fur is purple a lot now," he observed. "Is it?" She looked at her arm. "I do not always notice. It changes with your emotions, right?" "Yes, gray is neutral. Red is anger. Orange is frustration. Blue is calm. Purple is—" She hesitated. "Purple is contentment, happiness, other things, and what other things?" Private things. Her fur flickered pink for just a second, then back to purple. Things I am not ready to discuss. Daeho did not push, but he wondered. He wondered a lot. The next day, Lyra taught him about Mirrodin culture. She showed him how to fight. Basic moves. How to stand. How to move. How to use his weight to his advantage. Humans are small, she said, but small can be fast. Fast can win fights. She moved through forms that looked like a deadly dance. Daeho tried to copy her. He mostly failed, but she was patient. She adjusted his stance, moved his arms to the right position. Her hands on his body were warm through his shirt. Better, she said. You learn quickly. I have a good teacher. She made a pleased sound. Then she swept his legs and he fell on his back. Hard. Lesson 2, she said, looking down at him. Never let your guard down. Daeho laughed. His back hurt, but he was laughing. When was the last time he laughed this much? When was the last time he felt this alive? That night it rained. Real rain, not the artificial rain the city sometimes used for cleaning. Lyra stood by the window and watched it fall. Her ears were perked forward. Her tail swished slowly. I have never seen rain like this, she said. On my world, rain is acid. It burns. We must stay inside when it falls. This rain does not burn. Come here, he opened the balcony door. The rain was light, gentle. Lyra stepped out carefully. The water touched her fur and made it darken. She held out her hand and let drops fall into her palm. It is cold, she said, but not painful. No, not painful. Just wet. She tilted her head back, let the rain fall on her face. Her fur turned bright blue, so bright it almost glowed. This is beautiful. Your world is beautiful. Daeho stood next to her. They got soaked. Neither of them cared. They just stood there in the rain and watched the city lights blur through the water. Thank you, Lyra said quietly. For what? For showing me your world. For teaching me. For not treating me like a burden. You are not a burden. You are... He stopped. What was she, a friend? A companion? Something more. You are important to me. She looked at him. Her amber eyes were bright even in the rain. You are important to me, too. That night they went to bed damp and cold. Lyra curled against him for warmth. He put his arm around her without thinking. It felt natural, right? Daeho, she said into the darkness, yes? I am glad Hana sent me to you. So am I. Even though I was rude at first? Especially because you were rude at first. You keep me honest, she purred. That deep rumbling sound. Daeho felt it vibrate through his chest. He held her closer. Her fur was soft under his fingers. Her breathing slowed and evened out. He lay awake a while longer. He thought about how much had changed in just a month. How a stranger had become familiar. How duty had become something else. He did not know what to call it yet. But it was there, growing, becoming real. Outside, the rain continued to fall. Inside, two people from different worlds slept tangled together. And for the first time since Hana died, Daeho felt like maybe things would be okay, maybe even better than okay. Maybe this was what Hana wanted all along. 2 weeks later, Daeho went back to work. Security was tight. Too tight. Guards at every entrance. Scanners everywhere. It made him nervous. Like waiting for something bad to happen. Lyra felt it too. Her fur stayed orange most of the time. Alert. Ready. She barely left his side. Even Jinseo noticed. She is more protective than usual, Jinseo said during lunch. Did something happen? Just paranoid, Daeho lied. But he was paranoid too. The Krellians had tried once. They might try again. He was right. It happened on a Wednesday afternoon. Daeho was in the lab testing a new component. Lyra was outside with Jinseo. She had started to trust him a little. Enough to let Daeho out of her sight for short periods. That was a mistake. The explosion came from the east side of the building. Then another from the west. Fire alarms screamed. Lights flickered. Emergency protocols activated. It is an attack, Jinseo said, his face pale. They are back. Daeho ran for the door. He needed to get to Lyra, but the door would not open. Electronic locks had engaged. Security protocol. They were trapped. No, no, no. He hit the door. His hands hurt, but he did not care. Through the small window, he saw chaos. People running, guards shooting, and Krellians. So many Krellians, more than before. They were organized this time, prepared. Then he saw Lyra. She was fighting 3 of them at once. Her fur blazed red, pure rage. She moved like death itself, fast and brutal and beautiful. But there were too many. Even as she dropped one, two more appeared. She was looking for him. He could tell. Her head turned, searching. When she did not see him, her fighting became desperate, reckless. "I need to get out there," Deho said. "Are you insane?" Jinseo grabbed his arm. "You will die. She will die looking for me. I have to help her." "How?" "The door is locked." Deho looked around the lab, tools, equipment, chemicals. His mind raced.
"Help me move this workbench. What are you planning?"
"Something stupid." They shoved the heavy workbench against the door. Deho grabbed cables and connected them to the electronic lock. Then he took a power cell from one of their test devices. Jinseo's eyes went wide. "That will overload the system. I know. You could start a fire. I know. This is insane. Yes, now get back." Deho connected the final wire. Sparks flew. The lock screamed and smoked. Then it clicked open. The door swung free. "It worked," Jinseo said, amazed. "Humans are good at breaking things." Deho grabbed a metal bar from the equipment rack. "Stay here." "Lock the door after me, Deho." "Lock it." He ran into the chaos. The hallway was full of smoke. People were screaming. Energy weapons fired. The sound was deafening. He saw Lyra. She had 5 Krellians around her now. She was bleeding from a dozen wounds. But she kept fighting. Kept searching for him with those amber eyes. "Lyra!" he shouted. She turned. For 1 second, relief flooded her face. Her fur flickered from red to purple. Then back to red. Because a Krellian grabbed her from behind. Its claws dug into her shoulders. Deho ran. He was not a fighter. He was not strong. But he was angry. And humans are dangerous when they are angry. He hit the Krellian with the metal bar. Hit it as hard as he could. The creature roared and dropped Lyra. She fell to her knees. Blood pooled beneath her. The Krellian turned on Deho. It was huge, scaled. Its teeth were like knives. Deho swung the bar again. The Krellian caught it. Crushed it with one hand. Then it reached for Deho's throat. Lyra's claws went through its chest from behind. The Krellian made a wet, choking sound. Then it fell. "You idiot," Lyra gasped. "You stupid, brave, wonderful idiot. Are you okay?" "No, but we need to move." She tried to stand. Her legs gave out. Deho caught her. She was heavy, so heavy, but he held her up. "Can you walk?" "I can try." They stumbled through the hallway. Behind them, more Krellians were coming. Ahead, the exit was blocked by fire. They were trapped. "The server room," Deho said. "We can hide there. Hiding is surviving. Come on." He half-carried, half-dragged her to the server room. It was small and cramped. Rows of machines hummed and blinked. Deho locked the door. It would not hold long. Lyra slumped against the wall. Her breathing was rough. Her fur was turning gray. Deho had never seen it gray when she was awake. It scared him. "Stay with me," he said. "Please stay with me. I am not going anywhere." But her eyes were closing. "Lyra, no." "Wake up, look at me." She opened her eyes. "I am sorry." "For what?" "For failing. For not protecting you better. You did not fail. You are here, I am here. We are alive. For now." The door shuddered. The Krellians were trying to break through. Deho looked around desperately. They needed a way out. Or a weapon. Or a miracle. Then he saw it. The main power relay for the building. A massive electrical system that powered everything. Dangerous. Unstable. Perfect. "I have an idea," he said. "Of course you do." Lyra managed a weak smile. "Humans and their ideas. Can you walk?" "If I must," he helped her up. Led her to the far corner of the room. "Stay here. Do not move." "What are you doing?" "Saving us." He went to the power relay. Pulled out cables. Rerouted systems. His hands moved fast. His father's chemistry. His own engineering. Combined into something new. The door broke. Krellians poured in. 6 of them. They saw Deho. Saw Lyra, smiled with those terrible teeth. "End of the run, human," one of them said. "Maybe," Deho replied. "Or maybe not." He slammed his hand on the relay. The whole system overloaded. Electricity arced everywhere. The Krellians screamed. Their armor conducted the electricity. They fell, twitching and smoking. The room went dark. Emergency lights kicked on. Red and dim, Deho ran back to Lyra. "Are you okay?" "That was insane." "I get that a lot today," she laughed. Then coughed. Blood flecked her lips. "We need to get out now." They stumbled out of the server room. The hallway was quieter now. Most of the Krellians were down. Security forces were arriving. Real military. Not just company guards. A medic ran to them. She needs help. Fix her, Deho demanded. Fix her now. Sir, we need to, now. They worked on Lyra right there in the hallway. Deho held her hand. She squeezed back. Weak but there. You are not allowed to die, he told her. I forbid it. Since when do you give me orders? Since now. Since I realized I cannot lose you too. Her eyes focused on his face. Deho, I mean it. Hana is gone. I cannot lose you too. I will not. You will not lose me. Her voice was barely a whisper. I promise. They took her to the hospital. Surgery, recovery, hours of waiting. Deho sat in the waiting room and stared at nothing. Jinseo brought him coffee. He did not drink it. His father called. He barely heard him. All he could think was, please. Please let her be okay, please. Finally, a doctor came out. She will live. She is strong. Very strong. But she needs rest. Lots of rest. Can I see her? She is sleeping, but yes. Room 304, Deho ran. He did not care about the rules. Did not care about visiting hours. He ran to room 304 and burst through the door. Lyra was lying in the bed. Bandages covered most of her body. Machines beeped around her. But her chest rose and fell. She was breathing. She was alive. He sat in the chair next to her bed, took her hand carefully. Her claws were retracted. Her fur was pale gray, but she was warm. Real. Here. I was so scared, he whispered. When I saw them hurt you, I forgot how to breathe. I forgot everything except getting to you. She did not answer. She was still asleep. But her hand tightened around his. Just a little. Just enough. Deho stayed there all night. He did not sleep. Did not eat. Just watched her breathe. Just held her hand. Just thanked every god he could name that she was alive. When morning came, her eyes opened. They found his immediately. Hi, she said. Her voice was rough. Hi, he replied. You scared me. I scared myself. She tried to sit up, winced. How bad is it? Bad, but you will heal. Good, because we have a problem. What problem? The Krellians will come back. They want your research. They will not stop until they have it, or we are dead. Deho had been thinking the same thing. Then we need to leave. Go somewhere safe. Where? I do not know yet. But we will figure it out. He squeezed her hand. Together. Together, she repeated. Her fur flickered purple. Just for a moment. I like that word. So do I. The safe house was small and far from the city. Deho's company arranged it. A secure location where they could hide while the authorities hunted the remaining Krellians. It was in the mountains, surrounded by trees. No neighbors. No one to see them. Lyra hated it immediately. This place is too isolated. That is the point, Deho said, carrying their bags inside. No one can find us here. We cannot find anyone either. If something happens, nothing will happen. We are safe. She did not look convinced. Her fur stayed orange. But she was still healing. Still weak. She did not argue further. The house had one bedroom. One bed. After everything, neither of them questioned it. They were used to sharing now. It felt strange when they did not. For 3 days, they just existed. Deho cooked. Lyra rested. They watched the rain fall through the windows. It rained a lot in the mountains. Lyra seemed to like it. She would sit and watch for hours, her fur turning blue. On the 4th day, she was strong enough to go outside. They walked through the forest. The trees were tall and old. The air was clean and cold. This is peaceful, Lyra said. Different from Neo-Soul. Too peaceful? No, just different. She touched the bark of a tree. On my world, we do not have trees like this. Ours are smaller, harder, they have thorns. Everything on your world sounds dangerous. It is. But that is why we are strong. We had to be. They walked in silence for a while. Then Lyra stopped. Deho, I need to tell you something. His heart started beating faster. What? In my culture, there are rules about guardianship. Rules I have been breaking. What rules? A guardian is supposed to protect without attachment. They are supposed to care for their charge, but not feel things. She would not look at him. I have been feeling things. What kind of things? Things I should not feel. Things that shame me. Deho stepped closer. Lyra, look at me, she turned. Her amber eyes were bright with something like fear. I should not want you. It is wrong. It breaks every rule my people have. But you do want me? Yes. The word came out like a confession. I tried not to. I tried to keep distance. But then you fought beside me. Then you showed me your world. Then you risked your life for me. And she stopped, took a breath. I cannot stop wanting you. Daeho's chest felt tight. Your people exiled you once already. Will they do it again if I do not care anymore. I chose exile once to protect Hana. I would choose it 1,000 times to be with you. But your honor. My honor? Lyra laughed bitterly. What honor is there in denying what I feel? What honor is there in lying to myself? She grabbed his shirt. Her claws made small holes in the fabric. I love you. I love you, and it terrifies me because I have already lost everyone I loved. Hana, my family, my home if I lose you too. Daeho kissed her. He did not plan it. Did not think about it. Just did it. Her lips were warm and soft and tasted like rain. She made a surprised sound. Then she kissed him back. Her arms went around him, pulled him close. When they broke apart, they were both breathing hard. Lyra's fur had turned bright pink. Brighter than he had ever seen it. What does pink mean? He asked. You never told me. Attraction, desire, love. She touched his face. All the things I should not feel but do anyway. I love you too, Daeho said. I think I have loved you since you cried over Hana's photos and tried to hide it. That was the first night. I know. You fell in love with me that fast? I did not fall. I just realized you were already there. In my heart. Taking up space, she kissed him again. Deeper this time. More certain. Her tail wrapped around his leg. Her claws were gentle on his neck. When she pulled back, her eyes were dark with emotion. I want you, she said simply. All of you. Is that okay? Yes, more than okay. They went back to the house. The walk back felt different, charged. Every touch was electric. Every look was a promise. Inside, Lyra stopped him. Wait, before we... I need to know. Are you sure? Once this happens, I cannot go back. You will be mine. Completely. Myrmidon's mate for life. Good, Daeho said. Because humans love for life. And I love you. Even though I am not human, because you are not human. Because you are you, strong and fierce and beautiful and broken in all the ways I am broken. Tears filled her eyes. She did not try to hide them. No one has ever called me beautiful before. Then everyone is blind. She laughed and cried at the same time. Then she pulled him toward the bedroom. No more talking. I need you. Now. What happened next was soft and desperate and perfect. Lyra was careful with her claws. Daeho was careful with her injuries. They learned each other slowly, thoroughly. Her fur changed colors constantly, pink to purple to blue and back again. She purred so loud the bed vibrated. After they lay tangled together, sweat-slicked and breathless, Lyra's head was on his chest. His fingers traced patterns through her fur. I did not know it could be like that, she said quietly. Like what? Gentle. Among my people, mating is, aggressive, a display of strength. But this was different, better. We can be aggressive next time if you want, she laughed. Next time? Greedy human. You made me greedy. She lifted her head to look at him. I have a promise to make. A vow. What vow? To always protect you. To always choose you. To never leave you. Even if my people call me back. Even if they offer to restore my honor. I will stay with you. That is a big promise, I know. But I mean it. You are my home now. Wherever you are, that is where I belong. Daeho felt his throat tighten. I vow the same. To protect you. To choose you. To never let you go. Even if it means fighting the whole galaxy. Humans and their dramatic vows, she teased. But her fur was the brightest purple he had ever seen. They fell asleep like that, wrapped around each other. Complete. In the morning, Daeho woke first. Lyra was still sleeping. Her fur was pale blue, content, at peace. He watched her for a long time. Memorized every detail. The way her ears twitched in sleep. The way her tail curled around his leg even unconscious. The small scars on her shoulders from the fight. She was beautiful. Alien and strange and perfect. Stop staring, she mumbled without opening her eyes. It is creepy. I cannot help it. You are worth staring at. Flattery will not get you breakfast. What will get me breakfast? More of last night. She opened one eye. Much more. Deho grinned. Deal! They did not leave the bed for hours. When they finally did, they were starving and satisfied and completely in love. Deho made food. Lyra helped. They worked together in the small kitchen. She chopped vegetables with her claws. He cooked meat. They moved around each other easily, like they had done this for years instead of weeks. I like this, Lyra said. This domestic life, me too. Though I never imagined domestic life would involve an alien warrior princess. I am not a princess. You are to me. She threw a piece of vegetable at him. He caught it and ate it. They both laughed. After they ate, they sat on the porch and watched the rain. Lyra leaned against him. His arm was around her shoulders. What happens now? She asked. What do you mean? The Krellians are still out there. Your research is still valuable. This will not end unless we make it end. I know. I have been thinking about that. And? I have an idea. But you will not like it. Tell me anyway, he told her. She listened. Her fur went from blue to orange to red. When he finished, she was quiet for a long time. You are right, she said finally. I do not like it. But it might work. We do not have to. No, we do it. But we do it together. No more splitting up. No more risks alone. Together, he agreed. She kissed him, soft and sweet. I love you. I love you too. They sat there as the rain fell and the sun set. Tomorrow they would face the danger. Tomorrow they would put the plan in motion. But tonight they just held each other. Just existed in this small, safe moment. Because they both knew. The peace would not last. It never did. But they had each other. And that was enough. That was everything. The plan was simple. Too simple. Which meant it was probably stupid. But Deho had learned that simple and stupid sometimes worked. They would go public, announce the FTL research to everyone, make it impossible to steal because everyone would have it. The Krellian Syndicate only wanted it because they could control it. If it was free, it had no value to them. But first they had to deal with another problem. Lyra's people. The Mirrodin High Council had sent a message. They wanted to speak with Lyra. They had heard about her actions on Earth, about her defending a human, about her bonding with one. They will try to shame me, Lyra said. They will say I bring dishonor to our people. Let them try, Deho replied. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You do not understand. If they command me to return, I must. It is law. Then I will come with you. Humans are not allowed on the Mirrodin homeworld. Then I will be the first. She stared at him. You would do that? Risk everything? For you? Yes, always yes. Her fur turned bright purple. She kissed him hard. You are insane, I know. But you love me anyway. Unfortunately, I do. The journey to the Mirrodin homeworld took 3 weeks. 3 weeks on a cramped transport ship. 3 weeks of worry and planning. 3 weeks of holding each other at night and pretending everything would be okay. When they arrived, Deho understood why Lyra talked about harsh beauty. The planet was covered in sharp mountains and purple sky. The air did taste like metal. Everything was sharp angles and dark colors. Beautiful but dangerous. The Mirrodin people stared at him. A human on their world. It had never happened before. Some looked curious. Most looked angry. The High Council met in a building carved from black stone. Inside, 12 Mirrodin sat in a circle. All of them were old. Their fur was shot through with white and gray. Their eyes were hard. Lyra walked in first. Deho followed. She had told him to stay 3 steps behind, to not speak unless spoken to show respect even if they showed none. The eldest counselor spoke first. His voice was like grinding stones. Lyra, you return. I was summoned. I came. You were exiled. Yet you dare to set foot on our world again. I dare because you commanded it. We commanded you alone, not with a human pet. Deho's jaw tightened. Lyra's fur flashed red. He is not a pet. He is my mate. And you will show him respect. The council erupted in angry voices, shouting, accusations. Deho understood maybe 1 word in 5, but he understood the tone. They were furious. Finally, the eldest raised his hand. Silence fell. You dare to mate with a human? To bond with such a weak creature? He is not weak, Lyra said. Her voice was steady, strong. He is the strongest person I know. He is fragile, soft, without claws or fangs. What strength does he have? The strength to stand when others would run. The strength to fight when others would surrender. The strength to love when others would hate. Lyra stepped forward. You exiled me for defending my friend. You called me weak for choosing loyalty over strength. But I have learned something among humans. True strength is not in claws or fangs. It is in the spirit, the will, the refusal to give up. Pretty words, another counselor said, but words change nothing. Then let me show you. Deho stepped forward. Lyra tried to stop him. He gently moved her hand away. I am Deho. I am human, and I ask for the right to speak. You have no rights here, human. Then I ask anyway, because I am too stupid to know when to be quiet. A few counselors looked surprised. One almost smiled. Deho took that as permission. You say humans are weak. Maybe you are right. We do not have claws. We cannot run as fast or fight as hard, but we have something you do not. We have the ability to adapt, to change, to look at a problem and find 10 different solutions. He pulled out a data pad. I brought something to show you. He pulled up his research. The FTL drive design, the revolutionary work that the Krellians wanted to steal. This technology will change space travel, make it faster, safer, cheaper. The Krellian syndicate tried to steal it. They attacked us twice. Many people died. He looked at each counselor. But I am not here to sell it to you. I am here to give it to you. For free. Silence. Then confused murmuring. Why? The eldest asked. What do you want in return? I want you to understand something. Humans believe in sharing knowledge, in working together. We believe that strength comes from cooperation, not domination. We are weak alone. But together? Together we are unstoppable. You speak well for a human. But this changes nothing. Lyra broke our laws. She must be punished. Then punish me too, Deho said. Because I love her. And I will not let her face this alone. You cannot be punished. You are not Mirrodin. Then make me one. Bond me, whatever it takes. But I will not leave her. Lyra grabbed his arm. Deho, no. You do not know what you are asking. I know exactly what I am asking. A life with you. Whatever that costs. The eldest counselor stood. He was tall, ancient, his fur was almost white. He walked down from his seat and approached them. Deho forced himself not to step back. The counselor studied him for a long time. Then he did something unexpected. He smiled. I remember a time, he said quietly, when Mirrodins were not strong. We were prey, hunted, dying. Another species found us. They were not like us. They were small and soft. But they helped us anyway. Taught us to fight, to survive. They asked for nothing in return, just friendship. He turned to the other counselors. We have forgotten that lesson. We have become so obsessed with strength that we forgot where our strength came from. Compassion, loyalty, love. Elder, surely you do not suggest. I suggest we were wrong. Lyra was right to defend her friend, right to choose loyalty, and this human is right to stand with her. That is true strength. He turned back to Deho and Lyra. I lift your exile, Lyra. You are welcome home. Always. Lyra's legs nearly gave out. Deho held her up. Thank you, she whispered. Do not thank me. Thank him. The elder looked at Deho. You have done something no one else has done. You made us remember who we were, what we should be. I just love her, Deho said simply. Everything else follows from that. The elder nodded. Yes. Everything else follows from that. They left the council chamber. Outside, Lyra collapsed into Deho's arms. She was crying. Her fur was bright purple and blue and pink all at once. I cannot believe it, she said. I thought they would exile me forever. Or worse. I told you it would be okay. You told me no such thing. You just said you would face it with me. Same thing. She hit his shoulder, then kissed him. I love you. I love you so much it hurts. Good hurt or bad hurt? Best hurt. They stayed on the Mirrodin homeworld for 3 days. Long enough to see Lyra's family. Long enough for them to meet Deho. Her mother was suspicious at first. Then Deho helped her fix her broken water system using human engineering tricks. After that, she loved him. Her brothers were harder. They challenged him to contests of strength. He lost every time, but he kept getting up, kept trying. By the end, they respected him. Not because he won, because he refused to quit. Very human, one of them said. Stubborn and stupid. Thank you, Deho replied. I think. They returned to Earth, to Neo Sol, to Deho's small apartment. But it did not feel small anymore. It felt like home. Daeho released his FTL research to the public. Every company, every government, every person could access it for free. The Krellian Syndicate tried to stop him. They failed. Within a month, the research was everywhere. Worthless to steal, priceless to use. The Syndicate left them alone after that. There was no profit in revenge. Lyra took a job at Hansong Dynamics. Security consultant. She was good at it, very good. No one tried to attack the company anymore. Just her presence was enough to scare people away. Jinseo still made jokes. Your girlfriend is scarier than any security system. Wife, Daeho corrected. She is my wife now. They had gotten married quietly. A human ceremony and a Miradan one. 2 cultures joined. His father cried. Her mother brought 3 whole-cooked animals as a gift. It was strange and perfect. 6 months after the wedding, they visited Hana's memorial. It was in a garden in Neo-Seoul. A small stone with her name. Flowers grew around it. Lyra knelt and placed fresh flowers. Purple ones. Hana's favorite color. I miss her, she said quietly. Me too, Daeho replied. Do you think she knew? When she sent me to you? Do you think she planned this? Maybe Hana was smart. She saw things others did not. She used to tell me I needed someone to challenge me, someone to make me see the world differently. Lyra smiled through tears. She said I was too stubborn, too set in my ways. She was right. She usually was. Lyra stood and took Daeho's hand. I think she would be happy, seeing us together. I think she would laugh at us, then say, I told you so. Definitely that. They stood there for a while, just holding hands, just remembering. The sun was setting. The garden was peaceful. I inherited you, Daeho said suddenly. That is what the will said. I inherited Hana's best friend. Yes, like property. Very romantic. But Lyra was smiling. But I did not just inherit a responsibility. I inherited a future, a love. A life. He turned to face her. Thank you for being my inheritance. Thank you for being worth inheriting. She kissed him softly. Though technically you are my inheritance too. Hana left me a brother. I gained a husband instead. Better deal? Much better. They walked home as the stars came out. Neo-Seoul glowed beneath them. Somewhere above, ships traveled through space using Daeho's